In March 2023, a quiet sheltered housing complex in Barnard Castle, County Durham, became the scene of one of the most shocking and brutal murders in recent UK history. The killer, a 60-year-old man with a disturbing past. The victim, the grandmother who thought she was safe in her own home. This is the case of Stephen Ansbro, the man convicted to life for the savage killing of his neighbour, Jane Collinson. Both Ansbro and Collinson lived in the same sheltered housing accommodation. Jane Collinson, 59, was known for her warm personality. A grandmother who often smiled and chatted with other residents. But her neighbour, Stephen Ansbro, was different. In a wheelchair but able to walk short distances, he had a long criminal record, 62 previous convictions, including robbery. And beneath the surface, tensions between them were growing. On March 3, 2023, Ansbro decided to act. CCTV captured him entering Jane Collinson's flat, where he would stay for nearly 7 hours. What happened inside was nothing short of horrific. Using a 20-centimeter bread knife, Ansbro launched a frenzied attack, slashing Jane 59 times, stabbing her once, and beating her with his fists. Jane fought back desperately, even sustaining severe defensive wounds, nearly losing 2 fingers in the struggle. But she could not survive the assault. After killing her, Ansbro tried to cover his tracks. He cut his own neck, bolted the door of Jane's flat from the outside, and attempted to stage the crime scene as though she had attacked him, or worse, taken her own life. But the evidence was overwhelming. CCTV footage placed him at the scene. The knife bore his prints. And the brutality of the attack left no doubt. So why did Ansbro do it? The truth is chillingly petty. Jane had lodged complaints about him to management. And Ansbro had openly told others he would do time for her because she was getting on his nerves. It was a grudge, one that escalated into deadly violence.
Stephen? Are you Stephen? Do you want to just sit up? Right, Stephen.
Just a second.
Okay, I'll give you time.
Just a
All right, Stephen. Okay. The time by my watch is 01:53 hours on Sunday the 5th of March 2023. This moment in time, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that caution?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're presented with is the body of Jane Collinson, which was discovered on Saturday the 4th of March 2023 inside Barnard Castle. She was deceased and she has numerous injuries, Stephen. Are you responsible for her death or those injuries?
No.
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 Okay.
When the case came to court, Ansbro pleaded guilty not only to the murder of Jane Collinson, but also to historic charges of indecent assault and child cruelty. The judge described the killing as sustained and particularly brutal, highlighting Ansbro's attempts to mislead police by staging the scene. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, with a minimum of 18 years before parole. On top of that, he received nearly 5 years for the sexual offences to run consecutively. In total, nearly 23 years behind bars. For the family of Jane Collinson, the sentence will never erase the pain of losing her in such a violent way. She was a mother, a grandmother, and a friend taken in an act of senseless brutality. For Ansbro, his life of crime and violence finally caught up with him, ensuring he will spend the rest of his life behind prison walls. The murder of Jane Collinson is a grim reminder of how quickly everyday disputes can escalate into unimaginable violence. And how some people, like Stephen Ansbro, carry darkness that eventually erupts in the most tragic of ways.